When I refer to the frequency and vibration of essential oils, for the people who haven't experienced Young Living oils before, but they have experienced other brands of essential oils before, they sometimes look at me and go, I'm not quite sure what she's talking about. I've never felt any vibration or frequency in the essential oils that they've been exposed to before. I've certainly had many people share that with me, and some of you may not be sensitive to energy, so you may not notice that, but those of you who are familiar and can sense vibration and frequency when you're exposed to it, you may not have had that experience with oils that you're currently using or have used in the past if you haven't yet used the Young Living oils. And there's a reason for that, and it actually came up in Bruce Tanio's testing as well, in that he measured other brands of essential oils and he actually found that many of them had a really low frequency, quite low on the scale. But then when he was measuring the Young Living oils, he found the high frequencies, with some of them going right off the charts. So why is that people have those experiences, and the testing shows that the Young Living oils have this higher frequency and vibration? Well, it comes down to several factors. Some of those involve the fact that there aren't any chemicals used in the growing nor distillation of the Young Living oils, and those chemicals have an impact upon the frequency. Also, the way that the oils are distilled, and there's some great loving energy intent that goes into the fields when those plants are planted and when the distillation occurs. And I've actually been involved in the distillation process myself, so I've certainly been able to feel that loving energy and intent as part of that process. So there's this other realm when it comes to working with Young Living oils that people who have experienced other brands often haven't been exposed to before. We see this quite often when we're out and about, and when we're at festivals, for example, and we have our essential oils collection. We literally see people walking from the far corners of the building into our booth, and they're drawn there by the frequency and the vibration of the essential oil. So when we talk with them, they're not necessarily interested in essential oils, and they don't really know what's brought themselves to the stand. It's actually the vibration of the oils that has drawn them and attracted them. And it's really interesting. My husband and I look at each other and we know what's happened with the person when that occurs, to say, no, I'm not quite sure why I'm here, but we know that it's actually that frequency and vibration. And some people literally haven't been able to physically remove themselves from our stand because they've gravitated to it so strongly. Other people who are familiar with energy are often quite aware when they are drawn towards the Young Living oils, and many practitioners and many healers have commented on that they simply feel so strongly the vibration and the frequency in the Young Living oils, and they haven't had those experiences with other brands that they've used in the past. So whether it's a person's own experience in being exposed to the oils and whether they can feel that energy, whether they're aware of it or not, or even looking at Bruce Tanio's scientific equipment showing the differences there, people will have a very different experience from a vibrational point of view when using a Young Living oil. So if you haven't yet experienced the Young Living oils, particularly the emotional and the spiritual blends, I highly encourage you to incorporate some of those so that you can be getting the benefits of that vibrational frequency.